Cheers. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
I gotta get new beer, dude. I'm gonna start yakking. Even I cannot do this anymore. But welcome back to another great episode of Two Drunk Guys and a Football Podcast. I am your co-host, Marcus the Hammer Mary.
And I am Skinny Domestic. We got a good episode for you. Not a whole lot really going on in the NFL world or football world because we're no games this weekend. So we'll have a little bit of news. We'll have our bad betting, which we'll just cover, and then we'll go. I think we'll wait next week for our actual Super Bowl betting. We got our top 10 plays of the year that we ranked. Our happy hour, I guess what we're calling it. Sounds like Marcus, you are crooked.
Am I crooked?
You are crooked.
I can't see. How's that?
That's better.
How's
That's good. And then of course we're not having pick'ems, so episode is not going to be too crazy today. Just any happy hour talk that we have. I have a couple things that we could talk about too. And yeah, so Marcus, why don't you go ahead and get us started with the news?
Starting out, doesn't impact anyone in 2 Sundays from now, upcoming Super Bowl matchup, but Trayvon Diggs had surgery on his left knee last Thursday, and faces a long road to recovery per Todd Archer. That sucks. It seems like after his good year he's been injured for so fucking long and all the time. So I hope he gets better. I like Trayvon Diggs. He's not like the best DB in the league, but he's fun to watch. He's a ball hawk, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, which is weird. It looks like the Bucks offensive coordinator was named the Jaguars' next head coach after he got paid that money. So that didn't make any sense to me at all. But
I think it had something to do with the Jags manager or something. They let go of who was it? Fired GM Trent Balake, I don't know how to say his last name. So he got fired, and then that's when Liam Cohen took the job. So I'm going to assume there was probably some disagreements with those two on why he didn't originally take it.
Must be. It's weird, but it's kind of shocked. Pete Carroll gets the job with the Raiders, and apparently Tom Brady was a big part of the hire. Crazy. I'm not a big fan of these coaches that are old and have been in the league for so long and aren't adaptive. Now people love Pete Carroll, but with the Raiders it just seems weird fit to me. But I mean, he's had a lot of success. He's
he's
had
also
a lot of success.
73 years old.
He's like what?
He's like 73 years old. He's getting up there in age.
Oh, I know. He's old. And he had some success in his career. I mean, he's been to 2 Super Bowls, had a lot of good Seahawks teams, and then he also, was a beast at USC before all the allegations came out, and he fucking bounced out of there real quick. But I don't know. I think it's an okay hire. I from a team that used to hire a bunch of old heads and like people that weren't kind of with the modern NFL, which I don't know. We'll see how Pete Carroll can do. I'm sure he'll be a fine head coach for the Raiders. So
Saints are the only team without a head coach now.
Who is?
The Saints.
The Saints, the Aints. They think they're gonna get Bill Belichick.
No. It sounds like Kellen Moore is like their number one target right now, which I hope not. I'd like for him to stay.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, he used to play for the Saints too, I believe. But Saints fire their, or not Saints, Texans fire their offensive coordinator, Bobby Slovic. Um, Former Jets head coach Robert Saleh returns to the 49ers as defensive coordinator, which that's a good one. I
Yeah.
like Robert Saleh a lot. I'm kind of surprised he didn't get a head coaching job. Um, Brandon Schottenheimer agrees to a 4-year deal with the Cowboys. Is that an offensive lineman? Or
No,
Brian Schottenheimer?
that was
Oh,
the
that's
that's
their
their new head
offensive or
coach.
defensive coordinator.
Yeah, that is the weird. That's such a weird
Oh, that's the head coach.
sign. Yeah. So offensive coordinator to head coach. It's just weird to me. Well,
Hmm.
not a big name that nobody was really talking about. Like a 4-year deal too.
He's been around though, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Brian Schottenheimer.
but nobody
I feel like
was
I've heard
like,
that.
nobody was like, hey, he's a really good candidate for a head coaching position, for what's out there. I just felt like if you're gonna do that with somebody like that, you're gonna do a year or two, like a 2-year, not a 4-year. 4-year doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
But maybe,
Lions. Oh, go ahead.
maybe he turns the Cowboys around. A lot of Cowboys fans that I've talked to are like, "What the hell is Jerry Jones doing?" Which I feel like that's every offseason with Jerry Jones. What is he doing?
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I I don't know. I mean, again, being an Eagles fan, these NFC East teams can do whatever the fuck they want as long as they keep losing and are worse than the Eagles. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Lions promoted linebackers coach Kelvin Shepard to be their defensive coordinator. He played in the league, didn't he? I want to say he did, but I don't know if you
Kelvin
know that.
Shepard.
I want to say he's like a
Yeah,
linebacker or something.
yeah, he played. Former linebacker, played for 8 seasons with the Lions, Dolphins, Bills, Giants, Bears, and the LSU Tigers.
That's what I thought. That he played around 2011, 2000. He didn't really he didn't really do shit in his career. A little bit, but had his best year in Miami, it looks like. Um, let's see what else I got. Got to get through this stuff. That's all I have for right now.
Okay. I just had
Four
two
movies.
more coach signings. Um, Cowboys hire Matt Eberflus as their defensive coordinator. So we'll see about that. A guy that his defense was okay, I guess. I mean, with what he was working with. I think the Cowboys definitely have a more talented defense, so we'll see what happens there for them. And then Dennis Allen was signed by the Bears as their defensive coordinator. So could be a guy that these two guys are guys that clearly did not have good head coaching stints, but or have been good coordinators in the league. So both Eberflus and Allen. So I assume that they're going to be fine. And Chicago definitely needs something to go their way for some of these coordinators. Mike McCarthy was that big name of potentially being a head coach somewhere this year. He's not coaching. He is going to take the year off, it sounds like, and then wait for next year to,
He did that last time too.
yeah, wait till next year. I mean, the other one, too, is there's only one team left, and it's the Saints. And unless he's the front guy for it, why would you want to get involved?
No, and why would you want to? Why Kellen Moore would be a good candidate for that, just because
I just don't want to take
of
over. I just wouldn't want to take
that
over a
team
team.
needs to rebuild.
Yeah, I just wouldn't want to take over a team that's
Yeah,
that deep in salary cap, because it's just hard at that
hell,
point. Yeah. My other, I guess this could be. You know what? I'll just wait. I'll move this from news and put this into our happy hour talk because it's a good conversation. Then
okay.
games. Eagles 55, Commanders 23. Dude, after Saquon's 60-yard, what was it, 60-yard rush or whatever it was to open up the game for our first drive, I fucking knew it was over at that point. We were gonna fucking rock them. I was so hyped on that. Jordan Mailata had
It's
probably
good.
one of the best fucking just streaks of blocks I've ever fucking seen. He took out like 4 dudes. That rush. It's the most points scored in an NFC Championship game. The previous record was by the Panthers. I think it was 47 or 48 by the Panthers. And then
Yeah.
Barkley and Hurts both have 3 rushing touchdowns each. We had a total of 7 rushing touchdowns. We were just running the fuck out of the ball. Jalen Hurts probably played his best game all season, both on the ground and passing. He only had 7 or 8 incompletions. Took care of the ball, made good, smart passes. Probably could have had a couple better look ones that were either dropped or just missed. But, dude, that team's clicking on all cylinders, and I'm here for it. My only downside to the Eagles' success is it just means Nick Sirianni is going to continue to be the head coach.
Yeah. He's a dipstick, but I don't know. They played a good game. Washington obviously was not the better team out of them in the lines, but it was fun to see Jane Daniels do all the things that he did, and he wasn't necessarily the fault in there. The defense couldn't make a stop.
Well, and for a team that, 55 points. Well, also our defense was forcing fumbles. They were playing out of their mind. And you have to think this was a Commanders team that was projected to win 6 games, and you make it to the NFC Championship game. Clearly exceeded expectations. Jane Daniels, like we have probably said a billion times now on this podcast, is the best quarterback from that draft class. Maybe he'll have a little slump next year, like C.J. Stroud even did. But they still are going to be a competitive team, and they have a bunch of cap space to go and get or add receivers. Their defensive linebacker and secondary, upgrade that. They were to give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt too is they didn't have one of their defensive tackles. Was it Payne? I want to say Payne was out.
Deron Payne.
Yeah, so that's 2 big boys that they have right in the middle. You lose one of them, and that's pretty impactful.
Yeah.
Is he the changer of the game? Probably not, but yeah, as an NFC East team, the Commanders are definitely going to be solid for a while. Dan Quinn's got them going. It reminds me of the Lions with Dan Campbell, but clearly the Commanders had more success sooner with it. But you just build that program, you're just going to get better with additions. And then, Eagles make the Super Bowl, 2nd time in 3 years. Hopefully we can win this one. Chiefs 32, Bills 29. Mahomes had 2 rushing touchdowns. A lot of controversy coming out of this game. I think almost every Chiefs game had controversy.
A lot of bad calls.
But
a
lot of controversy. We have clearly the biggest one that everybody's talking about that was probably the biggest momentum change, shift, whatever you want to call it, in the game was the Josh Allen first down. That was ruled short. And then
why didn't they show why didn't they show an aerial view of it?
They did one time, and then it went to commercial and never showed it again. But it was very brief.
He most definitely got it. He got it though.
Yeah,
you could see it from every angle. He got that first down.
Well, and then the angle
it was bad call.
The angle that you can see on the sideline with the ball, you can't see the ball because of the Chiefs defender is in the way, but where the ball was before Josh Allen moved forward was right behind the line, and then Josh Allen moved forward and you can't see the ball anymore. That's 100% on the line. I don't care what anybody says. I will fight tooth and nail. That was a first down. That would have been they would have been on the 40-yard line on the Chiefs 40, so they were pretty much getting into field goal range. Definitely impacts the game. But then there's the catch or no catch, which it was a penalty anyway, so they would have got 5 yards.
They wouldn't have, because they wouldn't have gotten anything because they declined it. Once you decline it and you go like that, after that, the Vikings got fucked on that.
I thought
before.
if they changed the rule and you can change it,
I don't think so.
because
You have to look.
they would
that
have
up.
they would have been still on like the 30. They would have been in field goal range still, but it wouldn't have resulted in potentially not resulted in a touchdown. And then the other one that kept a drive alive and stuff was a face mask call on, I think it was D-Hop, where the player got their face mask, like not their visor, never closed his hand, never gripped it. It's just his hand got on the face mask, and because of a glove and the face mask, it looked like he had a face mask on him. Like, those are things that need to be reviewable, because it's not a face mask. Just because the head turn didn't make it a face mask. He didn't grab it.
They can do it, which they've done a lot of this year. Take a second and watch the fucking play before you make the call.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather them throw a million penalty flags, watch the play and say there's no penalty on the field, than fucking do that. Why not take a second? There's so many stoppages in the game.
Well,
Who fucking cares if you
especially
stop?
with, like, they have New York or whoever in their headsets saying they got the first down or this and that. Like if something goes on, I know college does it too, where it's like they'll radio down and say, hey, it's on the 41, not the 42, so then they can adjust it, and then the officials will announce, from assistance, they advised that the runner was out at the 41, not the 42 or whatever. I don't get why that's not happening more often. You have the technology.
I don't know. It should. They have all this technology.
The XFL, has the cameras where they can pinpoint the location of the ball, that type of stuff. Why is the NFL makes way more money than the XFL? Why is this not being implemented? We have chips in jerseys. We have chips in so many other things with all this analytics and extra stuff that, like Amazon, has and all that shit. Why are we not getting chips in ball? Why are we not getting those type of things? Why are we still doing chain gang, 10 yards? Like, there's just so much shit that the NFL could be doing and enhancing, but they're not, despite being $1 billion
It just so happened that football's gone since all the sports betting stuff.
Well, and I
Vegas
told you,
stuff, all these games.
I told you, even though the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, I don't even know if I want to watch the Super Bowl, because if I'm a Bills fan, I can't, like, as a Bills fan, if I saw my team get hosed like that with that Josh Allen first down, I don't even care about anything else. The clear blatant of, like, if I saw Jalen Hurts get a first down and it gets overruled like that, I'm probably I'm gonna freak the fuck out and probably break a TV. I'm not saying I would, like, I actually will, but, like, I would be so irate that the game is just ruined for me. I wasted all my time.
He just needs to wait for a year for Patrick Mahomes to get hurt to win a Super Bowl, because he just can't beat him. And it's not even just that, Skinny. Like, it is, the calls are bad, but Josh Allen just can't beat him regardless of calls. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they left a lot of points on the field, and Josh Allen didn't have a crazy good game. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was unstoppable.
Yeah.
They had a lot of, close calls, and they did get themselves into 3rd and 4 or 4th and short quite a bit, but I don't know.
Well, then they need to do something different. How is a 6'5", 240-pound quarterback not able to get half a yard consistently? Like, well, and like they were talking, he always wants to run to the left side. Run to the right. Do something different. Like, what are you doing? I know their style of the tush-push really isn't as good as the Eagles, because ours is way different. He's just doing a regular QB sneak, but he goes to the left side every time. It's easy to
probably because he's holding it in his right hand and he can use his left hand to navigate traffic.
Yeah.
That's probably why he goes to the left each time.
Yeah, he needs to do something different, but
yeah.
I also told you I wasn't going to go to your Super Bowl party if the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl, so I don't know if I'll be there or not.
Oh, be quiet. You already told me you're going to be there.
Oh, speaking of the Super Bowl, you asked me earlier how much chicken wings you probably need. I talked to my mama, because she's good at this. She said if you're looking at 20 to 25 people, you'd probably want 10 to 12 pounds of wings.
Okay.
And then she's assuming that you're going to have, like, there's going to be other food there. So then not everybody's going to eat, you know, a fuck ton of wings. You know, there's going to be other things potentially to be eaten. She says if you're not going to have anything else, then you probably should get more.
Okay, so she said 10 to 15 pounds of wings.
Yeah, unless that's going to be the only food there. Like, if there's going to be other food, 10 to 12 is perfect.
No, people will bring stuff, and we're gonna make other things too. But okay,
Yeah,
that's gonna be a whole day thing, though.
Yeah,
I don't know. Hopefully, 10 pounds of wings will fit in my fucking smoker.
my mom is good at that stuff, so I asked her. So I was gonna give you, I was not gonna give you a good answer. I was gonna say like 20, but clearly it'll be like
Yeah,
a
20,
a pound of wings per person, and I'll take over. Like Tatum and Miles, they definitely need a pound of wings because I'll eat them.
Yeah, there you go. We'll see how they turn out. It's Mason and Peta's rub, and I'm gonna smoke them all day. So
Yeah, yeah. Smoked wings. Look at you, dude. This Vicks is saving my life right now.
I'm sure it is. Vicks is a wonderful, wonderful invention and saves everyone.
Yeah, dude. Broken arm, Vicks.
Everything you can put Vicks on.
Diabetes,
Put
Vicks.
Vicks, yeah.
Mole, Vicks.
Cures diabetes, allegedly.
Yeah. Vicks does everything, man. All right, moving on to the happy hour, because, again, we're just flying through, not much going on. Next week, we'll have a guest officially, finally. Finally, we'll have a guest. That our guests keep backing out because nobody wants to be on the show, I guess. Everybody hates us.
They do.
Before we get into our top 10 plays, I have some things here. Skylar and I were having a conversation about this.
Okay.
Terry McLaurin. Where would you rank him currently in the NFL in wide receivers? Top 5, top 10, top 15?
He's a top 15 guy. I've always, Terry McLaurin's good, but I put him around where I'd put like a DJ Moore. Maybe borderline top 10, but he's at the end of the 10 and for sure top 15.
Yeah, I have him in top 10. I think he's like 8 or 9, I think. Going through like the people.
Yeah, so they're good guys. I mean, obviously Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. You got people like
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. What's his face? I'd probably put AJ Brown in there.
Yeah, AJ Brown. I know he didn't have a great year, but Devontae Adams is still an elite receiver. I don't care what anybody says. Still elite.
Maybe he'd probably be around. Maybe he's around that Garrett Wilson area.
Yeah,
Garrett Wilson probably in that 15 too, and then obviously
you have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra. We just disrespected Amon-Ra because Amon-Ra should be up there before. Amon-Ra's probably top 5. Then I don't know. You're kind of getting the weeds because there's a lot of players that are like DK Metcalf, like JSN's got to be, something. He had a great year this year. Just all these other players. What about freaking Drake London? What about all these? Where do you put Darnell Mooney? Like
that, and then you got those rookies, Brian Thomas Jr. and Malik Neighbors.
And Malik Neighbors and. I mean, he had kind of a rough year, but Marv had a decent year too. He's a good player, and I don't know. You just got to really. It's hard to do it back.
Oh, Mike Evans. Can't forget Mike Evans, of course.
Mike Evans, yeah. Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin was the best receiver till he got hurt. Like, there's so many players that
Yeah,
go back and forth.
I have T-Mac in my top 10. I guess I completely forgot about Chris Godwin just because he didn't play.
Yeah,
that's fucking out the door. So.
There's so many wide receivers.
I think T-Mac probably gets the edge over like DJ Moore for me.
I think they're similar.
It's very toss up for like Garrett Wilson and him. I think I'd almost have to give the edge to Garrett Wilson, thinking of Garrett Wilson now. But
Garrett Wilson's a stud though.
I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast last week, but was it the Lions game that T-Mac just took off, and I'm like, I did not realize that T-Mac was this fast. I think we talked about it last
Yeah,
week.
you did say that.
Dude.
You said that on the pod.
I kept watching this, and then I went and watched his highlights later this week after the last pod, and I'm like, okay, there's actually other times where he had like breakout runs, but I just never saw him because he's actually pretty speedy. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, do you have any topics for happy hour, or is it just the top 10?
Oh, I have a topic we can bring up.
Okay. I have two more, so do you want me to do one of mine and then we'll do yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chiefs, much success. Coordinators, very good. Spags, probably one of the best, if not the best defensive coordinator in the game. Why are teams not hiring Chiefs coordinators to impact some of this success? Imagine Spags interviewing for a head coaching job and getting picked over by like Matt Eberflus. Get Spags out of there.
Matt Eberflus was a former Chiefs coordinator, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Spags specifically.
Well, it's because they don't work out. Eberflus was a former Chiefs coordinator. What was the other one for the Bears? I think he was another one too.
I guess wasn't Nagy an offensive coordinator for the Chiefs?
Yeah, Matt Nagy was a coordinator.
Yeah,
for the
I
Chiefs.
guess maybe
it seemed like
just,
they work out.
Yeah, dude, oh man, get Spags, dude. That defense has been so good for what they've been working with, and Spags is a fucking genius. Get him out of there. So that if they didn't have Spags as their defensive coordinator this year, they probably don't make the Super Bowl. They actually play like a team but he is just so goddamn good, and it's annoying.
You see Patty Mahomes actually beat Patty Mahomes because I think that's part of it too. They've been just winning easily against teams. They've gotten a lot of calls though. Don't get me wrong, but you can't blame that on the players or Andy Reid. That's the NFL for whatever reason.
Like that blitz on the last play for the Bills was a fucking perfect, such a beautifully drawn up blitz play that they were not fucking expecting it at all in any capacity, and get that shit out of there.
They were not.
Get that shit out of there. Any other coordinator, subpar, an average defense, but with Spags, they're fucking elite. Get him out of there.
Yeah. I agree. They've been playing their butts off, and that's been the bright spot of the Chiefs. So.
Okay, we can do your topic, and then I have one more.
Okay. Is Jayden Daniels the best quarterback in the NFC?
No.
Who?
Fuck. I'm gonna put Jalen Hurts over him for now, at least for now.
Jalen Hurts could not do what he's doing with this roster.
I don't care. It's his rookie year.
He can't.
Last year, people were like, "Is C.J. Stroud top 5?" No, it's his rookie year. Relax. Jayden Daniels is good.
C.J. Stroud is nowhere near as dynamic as Jayden Daniels. I was not on the C.J. Stroud hype train. I like C.J. Stroud, but I 100% think Jayden Daniels is legit, and I think he might be the best quarterback in the NFC right now. No doubt.
Give me Jalen Hurts. No, as of now.
No.
Give it another season. 100%. I think Jayden Daniels could take it over, but Jalen Hurts, I think, is better.
Maybe. I mean, he beat him, but he also has, you got to understand the Eagles might have the most stacked roster in the NFL.
I'm not saying that. Jalen Hurts has been playing solid ball. He has. The other thing, too, is he doesn't have to. Jayden Daniels is flashy. Jalen Hurts is not. So you're going to remember the flashy and take the flashy. Like Lamar, flashy.
Yeah, but
Josh Allen,
Daniels is
not flashy. So everybody's Lamar is MVP because he's more flashy over Josh Allen. Really?
No, Josh Allen is flashy.
Not really. Like he
I think
doesn't.
so, yeah.
Not like anything phenomenal.
He
Justin
is.
Herbert, not flashy, just fucking cannon of an arm. Good quarterback.
Yeah. Sam Darnold just fucking sucks.
I give it another year, and Jaden Daniels 100% could be the best NFC quarterback. But right now, Jalen Hurts deserves that title.
Well, NFC's so weak with quarterbacks too, but like
Well, yeah, I mean,
I don't know. Jalen Hurts.
I'm not saying
I
it's
don't know. I might. You know what? I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna say Jared Goff's better than Jalen Hurts right now.
oh, but Jared Goff has Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jamison Williams. Oh, he's got all these people to throw to. But Jalen Hurts, when you're
Okay. Eagles offensive line wash. AJ Brown is a freak of nature, and AJ Brown, we'll say AJ Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown wash. Tight ends, maybe they have a better tight end than you guys. I don't know. It's probably a wash too because of what's it called? Because
you know what?
what's his face
Fuck you,
went-
Baker Mayfield, best NFC quarterback. So we don't have to fucking.
Baker Mayfield is one of my favorites. I love Baker, dude.
See, I got you to shut up now.
But still, Jared Goff better than Jalen Hurts.
Daniel
Sam Darnold
Jones.
better than Jalen Hurts.
Oh my goodness, no.
Danny Dimes, dude. Are you kidding me? You ever heard of him?
I would
Danny
say
Dimes better than Jalen
I
Hurts.
honestly Baker had a very good season too. So like,
Undercovered season is what he had because it was really good. No one talked about him.
I feel like Baker
But
could.
Baker was going off.
I feel like Baker could arguably be ahead of Jaden Daniels too. You have. I feel. I can't
Yeah.
just. I don't want to. I don't want to do what people were doing with C.J. Stroud, which I don't think you can do with a rookie quarterback.
Just look at the numbers, dude. Just look at the numbers. Jaden Daniels. I mean, look at it. I know, like the passing wasn't like anything super crazy, but the rushing with the passing, holy smokes, man!
Yeah, but then, okay, if you're going to say Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in the NFC, then Bo Nix would be the best quarterback in the NFC if Bo Nix played in the NFC.
How many total did he rushing touchdowns? So he had 25 passing touchdowns.
I'm saying you can't be the best in 1 year. You gotta earn it a little bit more at quarterback. That's all I'm saying. Baker, Jalen Hurts, probably could throw him in over Jared Goff. Jared Goff is. It's so hard with Jared Goff because Jared Goff plays so well, and then just has one terrible game, and that's what you remember it by.
Yeah, I know, it's true. Well, he's always going to be like that. It's like Kirk Cousins stuff. I mean, he rushed for almost 900 yards, 6 touchdowns, had 31 total touchdowns, and how many INTs? 9, like, I don't know. Oh, 3,500 yards, 12-5 record. Man's legit, man. That's what Caleb Williams was supposed to do. You know what I mean? Except he sucks ass and paints his fingernails, and I hate him. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I will say Jalen Hurts and Baker probably are my 1 and 2, and then Jaden Daniels could arguably be at my 3. But until he's playing longer, give it another year. We'll talk because I'm not doing the whole let's hype up C.J. Stroud and then he has a down year and everybody's like, oh.
I think Jordan Love is good too. I know you won't agree with that, but I think Jordan Love is good.
Eagles beat him twice. Fucking.
Yeah. Eagles beat him twice. Eagles have the most stacked roster in the NFL. Should have arguably the best interior defensive line in the whole NFL. With pretty decent DBs now. You guys got C.J. Gardner Johnson back. Like
and we got probably one of the out of the last couple drafts. We probably have some of the biggest draft steals.
Yeah,
Cooper
I know.
DeJean in the second and
Yeah,
Jalen Carter at 9.
Yeah, honestly, I wish the Vikings would have, with how good our thing went, we should have taken Cooper DeJean in the first, man. I'd have been so happy.
Dude, if he would have started, honestly, he probably could have gotten Rookie of the Year. I know I think he's a
Yeah,
candidate for it, but I think he probably could have easily taken it if he would have started from the very get go.
he
Quinion,
was really
yeah,
good.
yeah. Jaden Daniels probably my
Really
number
good.
3. I'll go 3 for now. I think Baker and Hurts earned the November 1 and 2 for now.
Yeah, he's just disrespecting Jared Goff.
Well, like I said, Jared Goff plays well, but then like has that one game that everybody just remembers, where it was just
Yeah.
atrociously ass, and it's like that's the Jared Goff we were waiting for.
Hmm.
All right, so mine's
Yeah.
not. This isn't football related. Um, I know we've kind of done something like this before, uh, where we did like it's your first day as president. What's one thing that you're gonna do or whatever? This one's gonna be more of a silly one. Like, can't do anything really political or anything, but you become president. Your first day in office. What are the first 3 executive orders that you sign? Like, funny, whatever. Like, an example would be you're gonna ban people from wearing socks and sandals, like shit like that. Like, just stupid, funny, not politically based stuff.
Like Golf of America stuff.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like just ridiculous.
Golf of America.
Like why? Like
Uh,
just because? Fuck it. That's why. Like banning wearing socks and
it's
sandals,
badass, dude. Golf of America.
or like banning guys from wearing their hats backwards. Like just stupid whatever.
3 things I'm gonna ban. That would be funny.
It doesn't have to be banned. You could sign an executive order is
Oh,
an order. You could make something legal. I guess technically too.
I'm gonna make $1 Bush Lights at every bar.
Hell
That's
yeah.
gonna be my first executive order. Everyone needs $1 beer, and Bush Lights are the king of beers. We're gonna make sure everyone gets their Bush lattes. Um, God, Skinny, why you gonna throw me in the bus like this?
You keep thinking.
Another,
I have mine.
yeah.
One of mine is making drinking and driving legal. In terms of, I can have a beer in my car with me while I'm driving. What's the difference of me going to the bar with the boys and drinking 3 beers in an hour at the bar and then driving home, while difference of that and me driving while drinking 3 beers while I'm driving for an hour? Like, what's the difference?
Skinny just wants minivans full of kids to be dead, dude. That's all he cares about is dead kids. Is what he's telling me. Or you heard it your first son.
There's not a
First time you drunk
there's not a difference. There is no difference. So drinking and driving, we'd have like stipulations. Like the max you can drink is like 3 at a time. Because people are still gonna not obey by that. But you get 3 per hour. That's the law.
Yeah, 3 per hour. If you're driving 6 hours, it'll be okay.
Exactly. 6 hours to drink 18 beers? I feel like that's fair.
Skinny, you'd be messed. Well, you wouldn't be messed up.
In
But
6
most
hours?
people would be messed up.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, you'd be messed up. That's like my wedding, dude. From the time I started drinking like 25 beers in 6 hours, yeah, they'd be drunk. Guarantee you. Guarantee.
The draft was what, 4 hours, and I killed a case and was sober enough.
Skinny, you're how much do you weigh? 320 pounds?
Yeah, but that's not the point. I'm just saying.
Yeah, 320 pounds compared to
Okay,
the average man.
okay.
Is 5'9".
Drinking and driving's illegal.
180 pounds.
Drinking and driving's illegal, and people do it anyway. So even if I make it legal, people are still gonna do it no matter what. So I'm just making it legal to an. Okay, 2 beers an hour. 2 beers an hour. That's my final offer. Executive order.
All or nothing. They get to drink as much as they want. They can drink as many beers and kill all the minivans full of mothers and children. Um, now I have time to think about other things. My next executive order, um, I'd make it so everyone gives the Marys taxes. That'd be my executive order. We get a percentage, 1% of all taxes go to the Mary family. I'd
You're,
be corrupt as shit.
wow, you are corrupt as shit. But
Yeah,
you're
dude.
speaking like a true politician, because I know politicians are probably doing shit like that.
Damn right, dude. I'd say the Mary Foundation, but really it just goes in my family's pockets, and we become a
Yeah.
wealth family. We
My,
become oligarchs in America, dude.
you yeah, you spend 4 years in office and you come out fucking way ahead. Like, who needs a salary when
My net.
your 1% of all taxes is going to be enough to fund your great 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 granddaughter's sweet
Oh,
16.
dude, we'd be so rich if 1% of taxes went out to us, dude. That'd be awesome. I'd never have to work again, dude. I'd just be sitting there in my fucking evil lair. Um,
My second
yeah.
one, my second one is, you know those men onesies where like it's like the shirt and then you like stip it and then you like put your pants
Hmm.
on, so like your shirt doesn't ride up and stuff. It's like a onesie thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm banning those for all men. Men should not be wearing those. That is ridiculous. If I had a friend like wear one of those, I am gonna bully you and make fun of you. Men should not be wearing something like that ever, at all. Never ever. Ridiculous. You will get bullied if you ever wear something like that around me, and I know, and I find out. Just buy a normal shirt, tuck it in, wear a belt. Like that's how it should be. Not this onesie bullshit where you're snipping like a baby, wearing a fucking baby onesie like you're as a 35-year-old man.
I have one last thing that I'm gonna do. This will be good for all. Super Bowl Monday, the Monday after Super Bowl, will be a holiday.
Yes, I support that.
People get work off because, yep. Maybe like Labor Day, Christmas Eve, or Christmas Day, anything like that. It'll be paid holiday off.
See, my last one is football related too. Every college championship game is not going to be on a fucking Monday night. It's going to be on a Friday because I'm fucking tired of Monday nights being up late as shit watching the championship game. It's like this should be on a fucking like Super Bowl's on a Sunday. Okay, I want that Monday off. We'll deal with that with you, but do it on a Friday night, especially now how they're doing it, where it's in the playoff weekend of the NFL. Like, nobody really talked about college football playoffs this year, and you put that on a Friday night, you probably get a little bit more rousy because people are like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, Friday night, we're gonna watch this game and then get into NFL wild card, or is it wild card weekend or divisional weekend?"
Probably, I think so. A
But
bit one of them.
but like, make that shit, and then like their basketball March Madness title games on a Monday. It's so fucking annoying. Put that shit on a Friday or a Saturday when there's no NFL. I don't care. Just stop fucking putting this shit on Mondays. Mondays are made for Monday Night Raw. All right.
Damn right.
Yeah. Clearly, those are just 3 executive orders. We'd have plenty more because we would be great presidents.
It would be great. The best, some would say.
All right, and lastly, since we're not going to be doing any pick'ems or bad betting this week, we are going to break down or maybe not break down, but we're releasing our top 10 plays of the year. First, we're going to be playing 3 honorable mentions. That ones that we kind of talked about, but felt like they weren't quite good enough to make our top 10. So our first honorable mention is, I'll pull it up over here. Are you gonna watch it while I play it? Since this whole like
Yeah.
sharing
Yep.
thing. Okay, it's the JJ one, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we got the 99-yard Sam Darnold, or maybe not 99 yards. What is it? 98 yards?
97.
97-yard touchdown from Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson. Great throw by Sam. JJ runs a great route. It was a pivotal time, and it was a big game for us to go 2-0 against. At that point, the San Francisco 49ers were talked about to be Super Bowl favorites going into coming off of a Super Bowl loss. They thought they'd be back in there, and they had a good team, and ended up making a big play. And Justin Jefferson shows why he's the best receiver in the game because he just makes everything look so smooth. It's almost boring to watch him sometimes how smooth he is with his
Who's
routes.
number 83? Naylor?
83 is Jalen Naylor.
Yeah, dude, I'm rewatching this, and Naylor comes from
He was wide.
25.
It was the wrong throw.
Jalen Naylor was wide open too, but watching this, Naylor was 20 to 25 yards behind JJ and catches up with him to help block this dude when he's getting to the end zone. Just watch towards the end.
Yeah, Jalen Naylor did,
yeah.
but JJ did stop. But
look at that ref though too. So that's an honorable mention. That a big play like that deserves the mentioning. The next one is AR-15.
Oh, was it the pass to what's his face? I'm still on the commercial. Pass to the white wide receiver. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, it's to Alec Pierce after he slips.
Yeah, that was insane. The fact that he made this throw was insane.
A 60-yard bomb after slipping and losing your balance. You slip, you take a shuffle or two to get your footing back, and then launch it 60 yards in the air is fucking insane. With a dude coming in to hit you.
God, he's so dynamic and so crazy. If he could just, be accurate, he'd be so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. It just shows the raw talent of what he is capable of.
Yeah, I don't know how many people have ever thrown a football after trying to slip and being able to wind up and just chuck it 60 yards. Pretty impressive. And then our last honorable mention is a Calvin Ridley catch against the Jets. I'm getting it pulled up here. So it's like a 40-yard pass.
Will Levis doing Will Levis things.
Yeah, this is when Will Levis looked pretty good. It was a good throw into double coverage, and somehow Calvin Ridley comes up with that ball. Goes right around.
Very dynamic play.
Right past the defender.
Calvin Ridley is so.
He's so hard. What?
Dude's insane. I said he's so good. He's so hard to cover. Once he's on, he's on.
And that ball goes barely past the safety's fingertips. I mean, probably maybe even touched his finger. How close it got. And the concentration you got to have to do that is very impressive. All right, so those were our honorable mentions, and now we're going to get into our top 10 plays of the year. So our number 10, we're going to go 10-1, because, that's how most people do things. This is week 6. Bills.
5. Yeah, 6.
Yeah, 6. This is week 6, Bills versus Jets in New York. Right before halftime, I believe it is. Yeah, Jets down 10, and Aaron Rodgers is doing what Aaron Rodgers does best.
Yeah.
And completes a Hail Mary.
I remember I was playing Lazard in fantasy that week too. And I think I just barely, I was up big and I just barely beat the person with Lazard by 2 or 3 points, and I was up by 30. They had Lazard and someone else, but Rodgers is just different, man. And
Alan Lazard just putting himself in that position to go and get it,
Oh yeah.
Perfect timing of the jump, comes down with it, is able to hold the ball, fight for it, holds it long enough for it to be a catch, and very impressive.
Very impressive. Yeah, Rogers doing Rogers things. I mean, he had a rough year this year, but I mean, there's a reason, man. There's a reason. He's considered one of the best. He was a Patrick Mahomes before Patrick Mahomes, just not winning as much. So
Yeah. That won't be the only Hail Mary on this list, so we will. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! One thing that we can always appreciate is a big man interception, and Kalen Saunders, I think is how you say his first name, for the Saints. I believe he's a defensive tackle. He deserves that right to make our top 10 at number 9. Big man pick
you know,
and the run.
he played. They said on in that game, I watched that game, and they said that he used to play running back in high school, and you could tell, dude, he was high and tight, ready to go, looking fresh, looking good.
Well, and he ran it out like 30 some yards.
Oh,
Most
he was looking quick.
Most linemen are taking that shit and falling down in the end zone. And he's like, you know what? I'm taking it. He broke like two tackles. Right time at right place. The one-handed grab even too, dude.
Yeah, I know. Just
We love the big man.
big man on a roll.
Speaking of Josh Allen and the Bills, he made our way to our list at number 8. Gotta pull it up. I swear, I gotta do this.
The freaking
The
the path to
the pass, rush, receiving
Amari Cooper,
touchdown,
lateral,
yeah,
and then
against the 49ers. They're up big. Oh, wait, that's not it. Hold on.
I got it pulled up right here, but you obviously can't see it. But yeah, it was crazy. It was a big moment. Won a lot of people fantasy
I gotta pull it
in
up.
fantasy.
Okay, this one. Here we go. I must have clicked on the wrong one. I just showed a rushing touchdown he had. I'm an idiot. I should probably learn how to read captions.
You're telling me this guy isn't dynamic. This guy isn't electric. This guy isn't flashy. He passed it. He lateraled it.
And then he takes it to the
Caught
house.
it. And then boom, takes it to the house. Josh Allen is insane, man.
Yeah, just
I
not
feel
as
bad for him because he played his fucking heart out this year.
yeah. And it's I think it's the second time anybody's I think Marcus Mariota is the guy that's caught his own pass for a touchdown. Like it was tipped and then he caught it and rushed it. I think this is the first time it's ever been like a lateral or anything. So, putting himself
Done in
yeah, putting himself in the history books, I guess. At number 7, it was trash versus trash, but end of games, game-winning touchdowns, they can be electrifying. And for a guy that had only started a couple games, Drake May is getting this game-tying touchdown to Stevenson with zeros on the clock left. He's running around, buying time, doing a scramble drill. Whoop, makes him miss. Getting tackled, puts it up, and Stevenson gets it. And they ultimately go to overtime and lose the game. But
that's why you draft him third or fourth overall, wherever you drafted him. I mean, Drake May has so much raw talent, and he's fast. He's got a big arm, and you draft people like that. I mean, that looks like Josh Allen right there.
mm-hmm. And this probably wouldn't be as high or even considered on my top 10 list if he wasn't getting tackled as he threw it. If he just bounced around and then threw it and it was a touchdown, whatever, you see that. But he's getting tackled, putting up that prayer to Stevenson, hoping he can get it. Number 6, we have our kick return.
This was just a crazy game in general.
Yeah, the amount of points that were scored
The
in the last
Commanders versus the Cowboys.
4 minutes. We have the 99-yard Kayvonte Turpin touchdown. Not only is it a kickoff touchdown, He fumbled it, bobbled it, fumbled it, whatever you want to call it, and then that spin move, and then takes it to the house. Muffed it, I guess, would be the better word, and then that spin move, oof, so dirty, and then he just is dirty. Off. For a kickoff return now that is made to add some excitement to the game, but when you have all those people there so much quicker now, and the coverage and everything, it's harder to get these kick returns, and you're forced to take it. So the spin alone, dude,
it was crazy, and honestly, he was such a bright spot on a Cowboys team that needed a bright spot. Him and Rico Dowdle, to be honest, but
yeah, special teams player. Yeah, that spin. Oh man, that spin just so dirty. The kickoff gets us into the number 6 spot. Number 5. Most times a missed field goal doesn't end up on a list of top 5, but it wasn't only a missed field goal. It was a blocked field goal for the game winner with 1 second left on the clock. Chiefs, Broncos. I think like 99% of people thought the Chiefs were about to lose this game. Finally lose, go undefeated, or not go undefeated, go get their first loss, and that defense comes in clutch. This is where the Chiefs' mind is just so good. Travis Kelce was talking about how they noticed like a weak point of the Broncos' field goal lineman, and they attacked it, and that's how they blocked that. That's above and beyond special teams play, noticing things from other teams are playing. Just the intelligence of the Chiefs is crazy.
Well, you just don't have franchise doing that.
All right, top 4.
That might deserve to be the best play of the year.
Which one?
The next one.
The next
Jayden Daniels.
No, I don't know.
It was insane.
It was insane. It's the Hail Mary to beat the Bears, the 52-yard pass, with Brown just being in the right spot at the right time.
I've never seen this. This destroyed Caleb Williams after this. He was terrible after this.
Yeah, and I don't know what the Bears are thinking. Like, they don't bat it down. Like,
well, this was that Stevenson guy, their DB.
That was
just has a bad attitude.
Yeah,
he was
like
talking to the Commanders fans and stuff like that. They have a video of him, but yeah, he's just in wrong position.
And what a heads up play by Noah Brown. What a heads up play by Noah Brown too, being like, I'm gonna get behind everybody, just in case.
Yeah.
How far did Caleb Williams launch that in the air? Let's see here.
You mean Jayden Daniels?
Or Jayden Daniels, yeah, sorry. Caleb Williams was on the screen when I was talking. I think he throws it from about the 30.
He threw it from the 30.
35?
Probably 60-yard pass.
35, and it probably gets to about the 2 before it's tipped. So, yeah, 30, 35, 15.
And he did it off his back foot, Skinny.
Yeah, very impressive. Hail Mary, very impressive.
Let's see.
Dude, what the hell?
I having such a hard time finding these. I'm just copying and pasting what you sent me in the email, and it brings me right to them.
Well, I have them saved, but our number 3, Cam Taylor-Britt, one-handed INT versus the Chiefs for the Bengals-Chiefs game. Dude, interceptions, man. A DB ain't supposed to have hands like that.
No, just in backhand, too.
Yeah, backhand, stick up. Like, that's... If anybody wants... people are like, oh, Odell, call me Odell. Like, that's the Odell play as a DB. DBs aren't supposed to have hands like that. They're not supposed to make catches like that. I don't know why Patty Mahomes ever threw that ball, because he had him locked down from the get-go. He was running stride for stride with him. Very impressive. Gotta shout out the defense sometimes. Can't always be the offensive players that are getting those
we had
highlights.
quite a few defensive plays on here too. This one, I remember watching this in real time, and I was like, "Oh
Dude.
my goodness!"
Yeah, this was just, oh man. And having him on my fantasy team
Where
this
was
year,
that?
I watched so
Bro.
much Garrett
I
Wilson.
know.
Garrett Wilson's
I did
one-handed
too.
catch
I love him.
against the Texans gets the foot, the was it the shin or the knee or both maybe? One hand, just my.
Jen snagged it, man. Garrett Wilson is just one of one. He's so good, man. He's so good, and it's too bad that they just don't use him.
It's
more.
too sad that they traded for Devontae Adams because they didn't need him. That catch, just the body control you have to be able to just throw your body like
and
that.
I think we're a little biased here because I put the Garrett Wilson over this one.
Actually, no. Let me double check because I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Before we show this, I'm pretty sure in our group message or in our chat. Hold on. Let me look.
I'm pretty sure I said Wilson first, Barkley second.
No, of course, our conversation doesn't save. But I'm pretty sure you said Barkley first. But I know all you guys were wondering where this play was going to be at. Saquon Barkley's spin and backwards hurdle is our number one. It's our number one. We agreed to this together. Hurdling the guy is impressive, but doing it fucking backwards is what the fuck. I mean,
they put this in Madden the next week. Like, it was like, yeah, I don't know. He's something else. He looked like a freaking ninja, man, right there.
Yeah, dude, crazy year. Over 2,000 yards rushing. Had a fucking hell of a game the last couple weeks. And he's potentially going to be the first. I think it's the first rushing title leader to ever win a Super Bowl. So could make even more history this week, the next weekend when if the Eagles can pull off the win. But that's our top 10. There's a couple other ones that I thought about after we made this list, like the Josh Allen rushing touchdown against the Chiefs in the regular season. Thought they were already up, but they won the game. Sealed the game. It was a 4th and 2, but he ended up running it like 20 some yards, almost 30 yards. That could have probably been up there too. A lot of good catches this year, too. But that's our top 10. If you don't agree, fuck all of you. I don't give a shit.
We don't care. We don't care.
We don't care. Next week, we'll have a guest. Super Bowl. Is the Pro Bowl stuff this weekend? I haven't really paid attention to Pro Bowl anymore.
Yeah, but who cares about the Pro Bowl?
Drake May is a Pro Bowler now because of the reserves. Drake May had 15 touchdowns and like 10 interceptions or something. Is now a Pro Bowler somehow. So at this point, the Pro Bowl, very watered down. Can't much really respect it. But thanks for tuning in today. Next week will be our Super Bowl podcast with our bad betting and predictions for that. Make sure to go like us on X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Anywhere you get your podcast.
No, not anywhere. But y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy the Pro Bowl if you're going to watch some of that stuff. And enjoy.